past returns again. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be continuing our Overlooked video game series with our picks for the top 10 overlooked video games of the 4th generation. For those who do not know, the 4th generation of video games covers the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and any PC games ranging from 1991 to 1996. Again, we are looking at games that were never truly recognized, even though they had great stories, graphics, or gameplay. Earthbound is out, as it later received higher recognition thanks to NES's appearance in the Smash Bros. Series. Number 10. Wild Guns. Kicking off our list is this Wild West shooter. You play as Clint or Annie, pushing your way through waves of enemies by shooting them and anything else that can be shot. The scenery goes from western town street to saloon to strangely futuristic machinery. Your foes are just as varied, with some of them being machines as well. Luckily, you get a wide range of weapons, including a good old lasso to immobilize them. Number 9. The Adventures of Batman and Robin. Way before the Nolan movies, and sometime after the Burton movies, we had the Batman animated series, which spawned this little gem. Contrary to what the title says, you can only play as Batman, though Robin does show up in a few stages. The game is a classic beat-em-up, where the Dark Knight confronts the various enemies from the show, from the ever-classic Joker to the Scarecrow. The characters are all accurate depictions of their TV counterparts, and the music is adapted from the show as well, making it one of the best Batman games available for a long time. Number 8. The Lost Vikings. Long before Blizzard dominated the PC multiplayer scene, one of their first great games starred Eric the Swift, Olaf the Stout, and Balog the Fierce. Adventure ensues after they get kidnapped by aliens and have to work together using their 3 warriors' specific abilities to escape the alien ship and travel back through space and time and find their way home. Since only one Viking can attack, only one can block, and only one can jump, and you can only control one at a time, this was a brain-teasing platformer with a startling amount of depth. Number 7. ActRaiser. Part action platformer, part city building simulator. Well, it surprisingly worked out, as this game clearly makes you a god in charge of helping humans fight back against monsters. Not only can you manifest as an incarnation to fight the monsters yourself in a side-scrolling level, but you can also direct your people so they can prosper and seal the monster's lair for you. Both gameplay elements are intrinsically linked, since your level depends on your population of followers. Number 6. Rock and Roll Racing.
The stage is set, the green flag drop!
Another product of Blizzard's early years. This racing game may not have been as fun as Mario Kart, but it still had several good points, starting with the soundtrack, which was one of the first to use licensed songs, or at least 16-bit versions of them. The premise is an interplanetary car race. You choose your pilot among a selection of colorful characters and have them compete in a series of explosive competitions in this isometric racing gem.
Jake scores a first place knockout!
Number 5. Gobliiins. In this point-and-click adventure, when the king is suddenly struck by an unknown evil, 3 goblins named Bobo, Hooter, and Dwayne, as they're known in their US release, venture forth to seek the help of a wizard. Problem is, everything in this world seeks to kill and/or scare you, and these guys aren't very brave. Somewhat similar to Lost Vikings, you have to use the 3 goblins' respective magic, brute strength, and items to avoid dangers of all sorts, and anything else that makes your goblins scream like that. Number 4. Demon's Crest. In a list full of unlikely heroes, meet Firebrand. Not only because he's a demon, but because his first appearance in a video game was in Ghosts and Goblins. In this game, he seeks to retrieve the Crests of Power, stolen by a rival demon. Able to throw fireballs, each crest gives him a new ability, from flying to swimming to moving faster. The varied abilities of the protagonist and the atmosphere, which convey a real sense of a world inhabited by demons, are what brought this game so high on this list. Number 3. Terranigma. This action RPG might seem quite ordinary, but it had a few unique points. Ark, the main character, had much more personality, since, unlike other heroes of the genre, he could speak. The story is also very grounded, since the further you progress, the more you help the world itself grow by making the continent re-emerge from the sea, reviving the plants and animals, and helping the inhabitants develop through technology and science. This JRPG was never released in North America, instead only seeing a Western release in Europe and Australia really late in the SNES's lifespan. Number 2. The Illusion of Gaia. In this game, you play as Will, a young boy gifted with psychic powers who fights with a flute, who sets out on a journey in search of artifacts. His search will lead him to Inca ruins, the plains of Nazca, the Great Pyramid, and even the lost continent of Mu. He can eventually take on the form of Frieden the Knight and Shadow, the being of Comet Light. Apart from its well-written story and challenging fights, this game also had a great soundtrack for both the action and the mysterious scenes. Before we unveil our top pick, let's pay homage to a few other forgotten gems. Number 1. Comics Zone. Topping our list is this artistic package of awesomeness. You play as Sketch, a comic book artist who gets trapped in his own comic book by the villain. The game itself is a classic beat-em-up, but it's the little details that make it nice. Since you're in a comic, you move across different panels. Your profanities get censored, you talk in speech bubbles, and each blow you land generates a comic onomatopoeia. With extremely tight combat, but also brutally difficult with only one life, this is one stylish game that'll make you go, oh yeah! Chances are there are a few titles that we've overlooked that don't get the praise they deserve. So let us know some of your long-lost favorites, and for more great top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.